Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you a little behind the scenes of how I make my TikTok videos. So I'm going to be decorating a cake from start to finish and you guys can follow along with. Let's get started. Alright, the first thing I do when I'm setting up my TikTok is I make sure that everything on my phone camera is centered. So make sure the turntable is all nice and centered. And then I have a Bluetooth remote so I can start and stop the video without having to go over to my phone. So let's get into it. This is a chocolate cake with a cookie butter filling that I'm making for one of our family friends. So I'm very excited about it. I love chocolate and I love cookie butter, but I've actually never made these two flavors together. But I think it's gonna turn out really good. So I try and start and stop each frame when I'm doing something important, like setting the cake down, putting the icing on it. So we're just gonna start going. I usually go back in after I've filmed a section and like fix any little imperfections that I need to do off camera. So it's kind of like you guys are getting to see what I actually do instead of just like the quick 60-second TikTok videos. Oh my gosh, I thought I heard something in the closet, but I think it's just my cat. Alright, we have added all of our cookie butter and now we're going to top it off. I actually just baked these layers today and I didn't freeze them, which I usually don't do. So I'm interested to see how it's going to turn out. Usually it's a lot easier to work with putting the crumb coat on when the cake layers are frozen, but didn't have time to freeze them today. But I think we'll be okay. Ooh, should I do a cookie butter crumb coat? Why not? I have it. Let's do it. Okay. Whenever I film my TikToks, I'm actually doing like everything backwards. Like I would usually start on the side in front of me, but instead for the camera to see, I always have to like go where I can't really see so the camera can see. So I've gotten pretty used to like working backwards with making these TikTok videos. I feel like I just like watch myself in the camera, so I'm like watching myself in the mirror do it. scraper and just make sure all the edges are nice and smooth before I pop it in the freezer. All right, now it's ready to put in the freezer. I always get people asking me if I eat all of the cakes that I make, which obviously I don't. I share them with my family, friends, I make them for orders, but I do eat a lot of the scraps that are left over, or like while I'm waiting for the cake in the freezer to set, I eat a lot of the scraps. And it's a great way to taste test to see if the cake tastes good, you know? Because if you're making a cake for someone and you can't cut into it yourself and try it, it's a little scary if you don't know what it's gonna taste like. So this is a good way to do a taste test. It's good. Okay, now that our crumb coat is set, it doesn't come off on my fingers, we are going to put on the second layer. Always want to make sure that you have it even. And then there's usually a high and a low side of a cake, so you want to start on the low side, start filling in frosting on the low side, so that way it's all even. It's raining outside. Finally. I feel like it said it was gonna rain all week and then it didn't. It was just super windy and gross outside. I would rather it be rainy than just cold and gloomy and gross. Alright, once we got a nice thick layer going, I'm gonna go in with our scraper and scrape off all the excess buttercream. Go back in and fill in any holes that I have. A couple of videos for TikTok of me scraping it. I usually pull it closer to myself so I can get that perfect clean look. All right, I'm gonna set this back into the freezer for about 5 to 10 minutes until this layer has set, and then we'll be ready to take off our acrylic disc. I never really film this part for TikTok because it's always my least favorite or like scariest part to do, is taking off the disc. You gotta go really slow. We can add the buttercream to the top of our cake. perfect because I'm going to be adding on a chocolate drip, so it's going to cover the top of it. Alright, now for my favorite part, the drip. This is always the most fun part to do. Alright, and now we add on the chocolate ganache to the top of the cake. Enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a comment down below, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I would really much appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.